Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating seven- 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today is commemorated as Constitution of Ireland in Ireland on December 29th every year. Ireland celebrates its ratification as the Constitution of Ireland was formed on December 29. Without a solid constitution set in place, the country becomes a lawless land. In fact, it is this very document that decides the rights of the citizens, the proceedings of the court, and the laws in that a country follows. And since Ireland's constitution is within the tradition of liberal democracy, it is definitely something that needs to be celebrated. Since its independence, the Constitution of Irish Free State was documented, used to govern, and was the document used to govern the country. However, in 1937, this was replaced by Constitution of Ireland, since the Statute of Westminster 1931 granted parliamentary autonomy to the six British dominions. The Irish Free State Constitution, on the other hand, was associated with controversial Anglo-Irish Treaty, which many had opposed. The new constitution further dismantled some previous acts and the new and improved amendments were added. The Constitution of Ireland is a symbolic document that changed everything into Irish as well as English. This was done by recognizing English as a second official language in the Constitution. Among other things, the Constitution of Ireland granted women the right to vote as well as right to citizenship on the equal basis with men. Article 41.2 states that state recognizes that by her life within the home, a woman gives to the state support without which the common good cannot be achieved. The state shall therefore endeavor to ensure that mothers shall not be obliged by economic necessity to engage in labor to the neglect of their duties in the home. Furthermore, the Constitution of Ireland guarantees freedom of worship and forbade the state from creating an established church, articles such as these have a great impact on the perception of citizens over a period of time. Moreover, the Constitution also decides all legal and other human rights commitments made by Ireland, including treaties under the United Nations, the European Convention of Human Rights, and the Charter of Fundamental Rights of the European Union. So, to truly celebrate the Constitution of Ireland, search for a documentary that gives a complete account of how the document was formed, who created text for it, and you are bound to learn many interesting facts. The Constitution is for Ireland, so why not show your appreciation for the country and all that is accomplished over the years? Invite family and friends to a designated fireworks spot and launch some beautiful celebrations. This activity people of all ages can enjoy. Ireland population is around 4.9 million. It is the only country in the world to have musical instrument, namely the harp, as its national symbol. There is a place in Ireland known as Mokonge Derdualia, named which is the longest name, named after a goddess. Ireland is named after a goddess that existed in their ancient history, Eriu. So River Shannon is the longest river in the country. The day is important since it celebrates the Constitution of Ireland. It stands as a reminder of the numerous rights provided to the people. The Constitution of a country ensures the justice system and provides outline of how the country will run. Hence, the Constitution of Ireland greatly affects the country's law and other order systems. The day gives a historical outline of when the Constitution of the country was formed. We also learn more about why certain rules and regulations are formulated. Today is also commemorated as International Cello Day on December 29th every year. We all are about celebrating culture and music aficionados. The cello is a bowed string musical instrument with 4 strings turned for perfect harmony. It looks like a large violin, which one can play while sitting down and holding it in between their legs. This day is celebrated not only by cellists, but composers, conductors, and music fans as well. This day also observes the birthday of renowned cellist Pablo Casals. International Cello Day is a notable day for all cellists around the world. All cellists and composers band together in memory of one of the most welcome musicians and composers of all time, the Pablo Casals. Casals was born on December 29, 1876, in El Vendrell, Catalonia. With the teaching of his father, he was exposed to the world of music. At the early age of 4, Casals learned to play with violin, piano, and flute. With his love and interest in all these instruments, he entered the Municipal School of Music in Barcelona and learned to play the cello. Casals have been named the greatest musician ever to draw bow by Fritz Kessner, a known violist and a composer. Casals became legendary in the music industry and the whole world in the early 20th century when he made a name for himself. He performed as a soloist and with different orchestras. He anonymously added to the field of music. He is remembered and acknowledged for his recordings of the Bach cello suite, which he created and rediscovered in the later half of 1930s. Before this, cellists regarded them only as exercises, while some did not believe it was a real published piece of music. With the new revelation and popularity, music was never the same. There was influx of suits recordings. All cellists suddenly had to know the suits and more composers created work based on them. The Pablo Casals Festival is an event that runs for 2 weeks. All artists and musicians around the globe are invited. It continues to run today and celebrates the conductor himself, Casals. Today is also commemorated as Mongolia Independence Day on December 29 every year, a day of great glory and happiness for the Mongols. who gained freedom after years of being under the Qing China rule, also known as the National Revolution of Freedom and Independence Day. This day commemorates Mongolia's autonomy. This day is all about showing love for Mongolia, raising the national flag, dining out, and of course, viewing some awesome fireworks. This year, step up your game and celebrate the amazing day like never before. After all, the country's independence is something that should be cherished and applauded till end of time. Mongolia had been under the Chinese Qing dynasty rule for quite some time. However, due to several differences with Chinese rulers, the Mongolians craved a state of their own, like any other nation that is taken over. The biggest problem Mongolia experienced was a fight for retention of their culture, which was slowly being replaced by this Chinese way of life. During the 20th century, the fire for independence grew and the Mongols started to take action to free the nation from the Qing dynasty. In May 1911, the Xinhai Revolution overthrew the Qing dynasty and established the Republic of China. Seeing that Chinese had problems of their own, the Mongols utilized the opportunity and managed to free themselves from Chinese rule. On December 29, 1911, Mongolia officially declared its independence from China. The spiritual leader of the Tibetan Buddhists was proclaimed the head of the state. He was given the title of Pope Khan of Mongolia. Unfortunately, Mongolia was only able to maintain a few years of peace and freedom before the Chinese returned to Mongolia and forcefully occupied the capital city. In fact, the Chinese also pushed the Mongolian government to sign a document that forfeited their autonomous status. At this point in time, Russian Bolsheviks stepped in to aid the Mongols. The Outer Mongolian Revolution took place in 1921, a revolution that was fought with the help of Soviet troops. After the troops reclaimed Ulaanbaatar from the Chinese, Mongolia was declared independent once again. From 1921 until 1924, Mongolia worked to establish a new government. Today is also commemorated as Pepper Pot Day on December 29th in US. It meant to celebrate a soup that nicknamed the soup that won the war, where refers to American Revolutionary War for independence from Britain. So the Philadelphia pepper pot soup is a thick soup made of whatever vegetables are available and of course peppercorns. This pepper soup has a long history and probably originates from the Caribbean. This was brought over to America by enslaved people who later sold the soup out in the streets. The traditional recipe is said to have had cassava as well as the soup thickener. Today is also commemorated as Still Need to Do Day on December 29. The Christmas rush is over and you should be feeling calm. So what's the subtle itch deep inside, the one that tugging you at, haunting you, reminding you that despite all the holiday successes, you still never fix the leaky faucet like you said you would, or something like that. Lucky for you, the years is not over, and there's in the fact a day tailor made for you on December 29. Don't forget to take advantage of the Still Need to Do Day when folks across the country will use that remaining time they have in the year to make some final checks on the year-long to-do list. In the downtime between opening presenters and banging pots and pans, consider what you can get done in 24 hours on December 29. Today is also commemorated as TikTok Day in US, celebrated on 29th every year. This day serves as a reminder that the year is coming to an end. So get around to finishing pending tasks on your to-do list with the holiday season beginning in November. It is only natural that life becomes super busy and a lot of works get pushed aside for later. Maybe you wanted to clean up your home or you got to figure out your plans for the new year day, whatever the task is. TikTok Day is a reminder that you are only 2 more days left for this year, and you better get around to finishing the tasks you need to. At the beginning of every year, people make resolutions for the new year, taking the opportunity to look at what they want to change about themselves and their lives throughout the year. They put in the work, but things slide when things get busier. And nothing is busier than the holidays. From November, holidays are back to back from Thanksgiving to Christmas in the West, keeping people busy with planning and preparation from the beginning of November till Boxing Day, till end of December. TikTok Day lets you relook at pending tasks, try to see how many of those things crossing off the list. While TikTok Day is an opportunity to tie up any loose ends, it's also a time to look up what tasks go into the new year and what should be crossed off from the list entirely. Today is also commemorated as Falls Festival History in Australia, on usually held every year between December and January, ranging between December 28th and January 8th. This year it is will be held from December 29th to January 8th. It is a multi-day music festival held at Lorne, Victoria, Marion Bay, Tasmania, Byron Bay, New South Wales, and Fremantle, Western Australia. While it's primarily called a music festival, there are many other types of artistic performances such as dance, comedy, theater, circus, and cabaret. Music genres to expect include rock, hip hop, indie music, electronic music, blues, and roots for the 2022 festival. The Lorne event will be relocated to Penny Royal Plains in Murod and will not return to Marion Day. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations and celebrations. We thank everyone for joining us in today's celebrations and commemorations. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. And tomorrow we have Mukoti Ekadashi, Vaikuntha Ekadashi, which is a very sacred and holy day for everyone in this world. And seek the blessings of Lord Sri Mahavishnu and Sri Mahalakshmi. So we wish you all happy Vaikuntha Ekadashi and Mukoti Ekadashi. And we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form before leaving the platform. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.